saying, "He who has ears, let him hear." Now, that's a fun little story, right? What in the world does it mean? Matthew then records how his disciples want to know why Jesus is using parables to teach the crowds. And Jesus basically tells them that he is intentionally hiding the meaning of his teaching from the crowds. And that's why he uses these parables. But he explains the meaning of the parables to his disciples. And so he tells them what the parable of the sower means. The seed that fell on the path stands for people who don't even understand the message Jesus is preaching about the kingdom. And like birds eating seed, the evil one snatches it away. I've watched this happen, sharing the gospel. There was a time that I remember specifically. I'm sharing the gospel with this guy, and it's like he's got this glazed over look on his eyes. It's like it's not even registering. It's like you can just see the birds eating the seed. The seed that fell on rocky ground stands for those who immediately accept the message of Jesus, but then when they face difficulties because of the message, they fall away. We might think of these as shallow believers, scare quotes around believers, without root. The seed that fell among thorns stands for those who let things like money and the worries of life choke out the message about the kingdom in their lives. But finally, the seed that fell on good soil is those who hear, understand, and bear fruit in their lives. That's the meaning of the parable. Jesus then tells a parable about how a man's enemy comes and sows what are probably poisonous weeds among his wheat seeds. And the wheat and the weeds, as they grow, the servants realize that there's a problem, and they ask the master if they should go and remove the weeds. But the master tells them to wait until the harvest to sort all of this out, lest they end up harming the wheat. Jesus explains to his disciples a little further down in Matthew 13 that the wheat stands for sons of the kingdom. That's his term. We would say true believers in Jesus. While the weeds, on the other hand, represent what he calls sons of the evil one, or we would say unbelievers. And really, I think that the point of the parable is that whether we like it or not, in this present age, there are going to be unbelievers mixed in among God's people, but this is all going to get sorted out at the final judgment. In another parable, Jesus compares the kingdom to a mustard seed. It starts out really small, but in the end produces a tree. In a similar vein, Jesus also compares the kingdom to leaven that works its way through an entire batch of flour. All right, then we have